In this video, I'll be walking you through or teaching you what I have learned on Amazon KDP. Yes, for the past 10 years. Yes, I have been on the platform for more than 10 years now. My first book was published in 2013 as an undergraduate. And since that time, I have experienced a lot, both the downside of it and the rise and the juicy part. So this content is packed with a lot, and you need to stay to the end to gain everything. Some informations you get from this video can be what will rise you in terms of making more money, right, on the platform. The first point here is that you are the driver or the pilot when you are writing any book to be published on the platform. Ignore the little or tiny voice that will be telling you, are you sure I'm doing this thing right? All those doubts, because sometimes when you're writing a particular book, a voice may be coming as a beginner, it will be coming and be asking you, are you sure you are saying the right thing? Are you sure people will like this? See, shun it. Okay, shun that little voice. What is important is that you have made your research, and for your research, you are dishing out your points. Yes, when you start accepting all those doubts, you will see that you will not grow. You will stay stagnant. You will be stunted. All right. So when you are writing on a particular title, focus. Do your thing. All right. I keep telling people, writing in some cases do not have any formula. All right, so you're the pilot. Pass your message to the people. Okay, so far is something that will benefit them, is something valuable. That's your opinion. And somebody can buy that your opinion when he or she reads your book. So don't allow any tiny voice that is coming from the inside to stop you from growing or from publishing more books. Okay. From my experience so far, I came to understand that not all books sell. Yes. So if you're a beginner or you have been on the platform, if you write a particular book, maybe you put all the resources, everything, the research, the midnight, sleepless night, everything. And at the end, you publish the book and the book does not sell. Maybe it sells just one copy or two in the first month. Then you keep on waiting. Third month, fourth month, nothing is happening. You change the back end keywords to know if there will be any improvement. And you found out that it's still the same thing. Forget it. Leave it there. All right. If you can leave it there, just leave it there and give it time. You can even give it up to 2 years to know if it will pick up. But if it doesn't pick up, just leave it. Amazon algorithm has how it works. Sometimes nobody understands that. Okay, so you may decide to put that particular book in a silent mode. All right, and it's okay. Keep on pushing, keep on writing more books, and time will come, maybe at a point when some other books will start selling. So, not all your books will sell. So, do your thing and keep on pushing. Okay. Fewer books on the platform is not a determinant that you're not successful. Maybe you have written your first book, you have written the second book, you have written the third book, and the fourth book, the fifth book self. And you find out that it's not even selling, nothing is happening. That is not a determinant. Maybe the book you are writing, that is not the season for it to sell. Okay? So far you do your research and find out that this is something people want to read. Keep on writing. One day will come when everything will spark. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this video, because when I started publishing on Amazon KDP, my first book I published was on my course of study in the university. Then that was application of metallurgical and materials engineering. I think in the first month it sold about 2 copies, the second month at 1 copy, and it stopped. But I kept on pushing, all right? I kept on writing something. I stayed on KDP for 7 years without any reasonable return. But in 2020, everything changed when I understood some things about the system. So just having few books It's not a determinant that you are a failure on the platform. You need to do more. Okay. Another point you need to know is this: there is a lot of money on Amazon KDP self publishing. Yes, KDP is owned by Amazon, Amazon.com. And when you publish book through kdp.amazon.com, it is being pushed to Amazon.com market. And Amazon.com market receive over 2 billion visitors every month. The website is being visited 2 billion times every month. Last month alone, that was September 2024, the number of times Amazon.com was visited was about 2.6 million times. So there is a lot of money on the platform. People come to buy different items, they end up buying books. So if you're serious with the platform and you write what people want to read, what people want to buy, that part of money will come to you. So there's a lot of money there. Okay? Another thing is that a great book cover can result to great sales of a particular book. So if you are starting out and you find out that your cover is not okay, you check other books in the same title and you discover that your own cover is out of place. In fact, it's nothing to write home about. It's time to redesign and change the cover. Okay, if you have a bad cover, even if you have very great content in the book, it wouldn't sell. Okay, it won't sell. So pay attention to your cover. When I started newly, I was designing my cover. I didn't know that that was the reason why my books were not selling. It's my books had very bad, terrible covers, terrible ones. But I never paid attention to that. I didn't just understand the system to some extent then. Okay, until I came to understand that some similar books had were having better covers than mine. That was when I started outsourcing for my book cover designs. Okay, I contacted a cover designer who designed my covers, and everything started improving. So please pay attention to your book cover, all right? To position your book to sell more. This point is very important. KDP changes with time. Yes, Amazon KDP changes with time, so you need to pay attention to that. What works today, what applies today, may not apply in the next 2 years. That's how the system is. Take, for example, when I published some of my books years ago in 2013, the first few books I published, I got the images I used for those books directly from Google. All right, they were publicly available on the web. All right, so I got them and I used them to publish my book. It went live, it was published. There was no problem. But today, if you do the same thing, your account is likely to be terminated. Yes, you went to the web, you entered a particular website, you downloaded the picture into your PC and use it without making any editing on the picture. Use it like that and publish your book. You're in danger. But years back, it does not apply. So always pay attention to the changes. Check the Amazon KDP community section. Okay, get updated with their new rules and what changes over time. Okay, it's very important. At a start or at a point in your publishing journey, you need to experiment different niches. Yes, experiment different categories to determine what you are really good at and what really sells. It's not just about what you are really good at, but what will add money to your bank account. That's what is important here. Writing book is not easy. So you need to pay attention to this. Experiment. You write a business book, okay? You may decide to write a book on dishes, all right, cookbook. You may decide to even write on technology, all right? You may decide to write on adventure. So you try out these niches once in a while. All right. Then at the end, you know that, okay, this is what really works. This is where I'm good at and what gives me more money. From there, you develop yourself. At a start, I started with my course of study in the university. I started publishing content or books on that title. From there, I moved to politics. From there, I got to youth empowerment. Yeah, youth books for young people. So from there, I entered tech. And when I got into tech, lo and behold, there's money in tech. And to today, I'm still in tech. But I'm not telling you to go into tech, all right? Because tech is vast actually. So experiment, all right, in different areas. And at the end, you arrive at what brings you good money and is cool for you. And you may focus more on that, okay? From my 10 years of experience on the platform, high content books pay more. Yes, I repeat, I will say it again. High content books pay more. So if you are doing low content and you're not getting any much money, it's time to move into high content because high content books have less writers and publishers in it. It's kind of takes time to write. Less people do it. So you have been on low content because I know there are a lot of videos on low content publishing on this YouTube. If you have been on low content for years and you're not seeing any reasonable return, maybe at least $100 in a month, it's time to move to high content. Find a particular title you're going to write about, experiment with it. With time, you see that, come on, this pays more than a low content book. And if you can write a bundle, that's still a plus. By a bundle, I mean a book that contains a lot of books inside. All right. So, for example, Microsoft 365 as a book has a lot of books inside. It has Microsoft Word, it has Excel, it has PowerPoint, it has Outlook, it has Exchange Online, a lot, one drive. So, come on. So, if you can write a bundle, I believe you get a lot of return, but it's not easy to write actually. But if you're patient, maybe it can take you up to 6 months or 4 months. But at least you know that something is sure because that kind of book is not everybody that does that. So please pay more attention to high content books than to low content books. Okay. Another thing I have learned about the platform is that one single book can make you rich. Yes, but I'm not saying you should sleep on one single book. But what I'm telling you is that one single book can make you rich. I have a co-publisher, yeah, Martins. That was the time he told me something that he wrote a book. I'm not going to tell you in the niche, but he wrote a book, and that book have been bringing him over $1,000 for the past 4 months. When a single book is giving you $1,000 for the past 4 months, you are made just with sales from other little sales from other areas, from other books, you make it up. It's a lot of money. For me, I had similar experience actually, but that is not up to $1,000 monthly actually. So for the past 7 months now, a single book is giving me nothing less than $350 monthly. It's a plus. By the time you add other little sales from other books, I have a lot of money at the end of the month. So keep on pushing. Maybe one day algorithm will pick one of your books and make it a king, and you start enjoying the fruit from there. Okay. Not everyone will like this idea, or like I say this point I want to say now, but I have to tell you the truth. Okay. Share less of your keywords. Share less of the title, or will I say the topic that you write that gives you much money. Take for example, I discover a particular niche, a small niche, okay, and in that niche there are just few books inside. and I write on a particular title. And that book, because there is less competition in that title, the book starts selling. So people come over and order that my book a lot, to the extent that it gives you up to $600 the first month. Now your friend starts telling you, your co-publishers, hey, my friend, what's up? Can you just help me with some keywords to write about? And we're like, okay, go and write about this particular keyword. It made me $600 last month. Then the person goes and writes that title. Then if he outsources, has people that other writers that write for him, he may give them that particular keyword to write over 10 books on it. Okay, under different pen names. Once they finish writing that 10 books, for example, and sent to him, he published them under different pen names. And once that is done, that your book that was making $600 will drop, because in this case there is more competition. So please apply wisdom, and sometimes be careful. When you have a keyword that is good, you don't share it to everybody. All right. If you have a wife, okay, and your wife is still a writer, you can share that with her. So you guys are making money through that particular title. It's not made for everybody, because wisdom is profitable to direct. Another thing I've learned over the years on the platform is that writing on already selling titles will make you money faster. Don't try to bring in something new, though sometimes you can try it out, but focus more on what is selling already. If you are into business and the title business strategy sells more, then you have to focus more on it. You don't need to just go and start thinking about educational strategy, which is not doing well. So capitalize on what is really selling at this point and make your money from it. Okay? I have a video on keyword research. I will link it in the description here. So just go and watch that video and see how to find out some titles that are selling well on a particular niche. Okay? And your niche will be inside. So you go down there and discover the books that are doing well, okay, the titles that are doing well, and then you write your own on that title with a different subtitle. Okay? That is it. Another point is the fourth quarter and the first quarter of the year is usually money time. Yes, we have entered fourth quarter. So, but by November, December, you see massive sales. If your book are positioned to sell, yes, if you write titles that people want to read, by December, November, January, February, March, these are months for massive sales. So prepare your mind towards that. That these months, much money come from Amazon. Okay. All books don't sell equally. You may have about 40 books in your account, and the major carriers of the account are just 5 books. It's normal, okay? So that's another thing I have learned over the years. Another point is that you don't necessarily need to run Amazon ads to be able to sell books. Okay. If your book is good, or if your books are good, they will sell without running any ads. But if you want to push them more with Amazon ads, no problem. You can do that. Okay. Amazon ads is a business on its own. For the past 1 month now, I have been getting emails from them to come and run Amazon ads, but I don't want to do that. Okay, so if your title is nice, it will sell without running any ads. Another thing I have learned so far is that there is competition on Amazon KDP plus toxic people, all right, toxic customers. Because the platform is large, everybody wants to make money from it. And that is the reason whereby there may be some books you write, and because it's a highly competitive title, You see, another bad writer will pay someone to go and leave negative review in your book so that people will keep on ordering his own. But that's wickedness. Okay. On the other hand, there are toxic customers that don't get satisfied. It's normal. So when a customer comes and buy your book, and at the end he says that out of the 300 pages of the book, he or she gets nothing. Come on, don't be surprised. It will happen because it has been happening. So move on with your other books. Move on with writing other books. If that book has very tangible information, sometimes potential buyers, ignore what is in your review and go on to purchase the book. That's why I've seen some books with negative reviews, yet people keep on ordering them because there is valuable information inside that book. Though we know that negative review can kill a book prematurely. This next point is well, it's controversial. Yeah, focusing only on what you like writing will not make you money. That's the truth. When you're coming into Amazon KDP, come with business mindset. You're coming there to do business. So if maybe you are the type that like talking about politics, that's what you like. You write to Facebook on politics, nothing happened. For the past 5 months, you have not sold up to 10 copies. For the next 5 months of writing, or let's say, yeah, let's assume you're just starting out, the next 5 months of writing on politics, you have not sold a single book, or you have not sold up to 10 copies, and you have written over 5 books on politics because you like writing politics. It's not selling. That means you're making a mistake. It's time to change because Amazon platform is a business platform. So if you are focusing only on what you like to write, you will not make money. Look for what works there. Change. Okay? You're not a tree that just stands in a place. You need to change. Even if you don't have experience in that thing that sells. Learn it. So far it does not involve computer coding. Just learn it. I met a young man some time ago telling him, okay, the guy was telling me to teach him about writing, to teach me about how to make money on KDP. I checked his profile, his dashboard. I found out that he has some books that are not selling. And I told him, okay, come and write this particular title in tech. He was afraid. He said, tech, he can't do tech. What is in tech? And I said, this does not involve coding. Oh, yeah, take this, my manuscript, and see exactly what I want you to do. He took a look and I was like, he took a look at it. I was like, this is simple. I said, yes. You're seeing tech as something so big. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. So, and he did that within a month and a half, and he's making money from the book. So, listen, if what you like is not making you money, leave there, learn something new, learn something different, and write what will make you money. Okay. Another point is that I've learned over the years. What I've learned over the years on the platform is that writing evergreen and trending titles will make you rich on the platform. In fact, it will give you a lasting money. Take, for example, I have a book whereby I talk about computer repairs, how to repair computers running Windows OS, how to repair Mac PCs, and how to repair another type of computer. All right. So, in that book, it contains a lot of information on computer repair, repairing some faults, both software and hardware issues. In 5 years to come, that book will still be selling because it is evergreen book. Then, in terms of trend, there's something that will come up and people are searching for it on Amazon. If you write a book on that, you are likely to make a lot of money. Take, for example, when Windows 11 was released in 2021, I wrote a book on that. It was released in September, yeah, 2021, and I wrote a book on that on October, guiding potential readers how to do some things on Windows 11, including how to install Windows 11. Do you know the first month, that October month that I published that book made me over $500. That first month. I get in this. So that is how it is. And my co-publisher, independent publisher, told me something some time ago that during the time of COVID-19, that he wrote a book, some books, not even a book, or some books on how to prepare face mask and how to do some kind of, will I say, what do I call that thing? I have forgotten what they call it. Okay, what they rub on the hand for against jams. All right. So he did that. He wrote a book on those titles, and those books, each of them were giving him over $1,000 every month during that time of COVID. So you see, listen to trend and focus more on evergreen books, and you make money on the platform. Okay. And lastly, learning new skills. As you make progress on Amazon KDP can be a way of earning you more money. When you learn that new skill, you write it as a book. Take for example, I'm good in phone repair and I've written a lot of books on phone repair. I wouldn't be writing repair every time. Then I might need to go and learn something on cybersecurity. I may pay for that for me to be able to learn it. I can source it freely on the web, all right, using YouTube and the other platforms. But if it's not a skill you can learn freely, you need to spend your money sometimes, all right? Spend your money to learn that skill. At the end of learning that skill, you write a book about it, and it can earn you much money than what you paid to learn it. So as you write, you improve yourself and learn something new. So that's where I'm going to stop on what I have learned over the years for the past 10 years of being on Amazon KDP. So if you like content like this, consider subscribing to this channel. Okay? Hit the like button, the one that points up like this, so that YouTube recommend this content to more people. And leave a comment. If you have questions, just leave a comment. All right? So leave a comment. Let me hear your opinion, or if you want to ask me something, do that. Okay? So learn more on how to avoid account termination on Amazon KDP. Consider watching this video here. Thank you and see you some other time.